18 guys to choose not to go with that person, and then
Yeah.
that person doesn't get the same fair shake as everyone else in training, and that's something we actively try to break. So a lot of times, speaking for myself, I am trying to make sure they're getting matched up
Evenly.
just to make sure that
You're a lot more active than I mean, not to say they're bad, but like you're good.
yeah. I mean, just to make sure they're never sitting out 2 in a row, because that's totally unfair for them. But
Yeah.
a big piece of Clockwork culture that I strongly believe we do better than the norm in the jiu-jitsu world, because everyone has the agency to say yes and no.
Yeah.
A lot of times the black belt is just matching people up, and you can't be like, no thanks. Or there's just like a rotation system. You go with this person, then you go with this person, then you go with this person. And both of those have positives and negatives, but if there's someone you don't enjoy rolling with, you lose that agency. I think here it's just a better system
Yeah.
to like make eye contact, be like, no thanks. And that's just great. There's nothing wrong with that. There's never a problem with saying no.
Do you think it makes sense for me to go with people who are like 50 pounds more than me? I was rolling with Agron or Abron, whatever
Yeah.
his name is. He's like 220, you know, I'm like 160.
Yeah.
He's his third day, but he's smashing me. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a way for me to get a skill.
Yeah, and it's a balance, right? Every different style of chess gives us an opportunity to learn something slightly different.
Yeah.
So there's an important skill set that you need to be practicing when you're going with people like that. But at the same time, we are on the road of injury prevention more clearly than just the general player at the moment, from getting our shoulders back into the groove and making sure everything's moving. Saying no thanks is totally fine.
Okay.
And like that's just the disconnection. Like if Shay doesn't like you, but you know that you're meeting the expectations of Clockwork,
I mean,
then it's fine.
if you meet one crazy person in the morning, they're crazy. If you meet 10 crazy people by afternoon, then you're crazy. I mean, I rolled with other girls and I don't have a problem.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
No other person has been upset or complained about an incident with.
Totally good.
So if it was happening with all the girls, and it'd be like, or people were smaller than me,
Yeah.
you know, then it would be like, okay, that makes sense. If
100% agree.
I'm doing something incorrect,
100% agree.
but it's not the case. So
And then if a Garan is upset that he's not getting rolls, but it keeps you from re-injuring a shoulder because you don't have the
no, he doesn't
control.
complain. I mean,
in
I'm
that
just
scenario. No, for sure. It does matter. Everyone is pursuing their best path.
yeah, cool.
They're very important skills to learn when we're going with him and with her. And if we don't get to practice them because it's the better path, it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel strongly about that. I think you're on the right track.
all right.
Good way to think
I
about
did
it.
practice your thing of like not explaining the move to someone at length, which
How'd
was,
it go?
you know, it's a struggle for me because
Yeah.
that's not my natural thing. But you're
Totally
right.
agree.
I mean, it's not whatever move we were doing yesterday, which I just didn't like say that much. Let her figure it out.
Yeah. When I got to black belt, there's a. Sorry, we're talking so much. When you get to black belt on the
As are more important than rolling.
the subreddit, when you get a black belt, you do like a post, like an introduction post.
To the BJJ.
Exactly.
And they say like, you know, post pictures and we'll put a black belt next to it.
Exactly. Yeah. And so they want you to like do like a little introductory post, and I put mine up there.
I'd love to read it.
Easy to find. Yeah, I'll send it to you later.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll send it to you later because I'll have you read the whole thing. And a big piece of it is about that teaching concept and not teaching, because it's in my nature to help as well. And sometimes you're not. It feels like you're helping, but you're not really helping you or the other person get better, and that just slows down the room.
I mean, I am helping them get better. I'm helping myself.
Yeah.
No, they definitely are happy. Everyone always says like, "Thank you, it's great. I appreciate your time, explaining things to me." But A, I'm a white belt. But B, I need to work on my own shit.
Exactly. More B than A. I think you're more helpful. Everyone in the room is more helpful the better they get.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's do some jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I did not see the move of the week in white belt, so I'm not sure what we're working
Waiter
on.
sweep and chop sweep.
Cool. What do you feel like working on?
I want to work from guard because
Yeah.
I struggle to do anything from there.
Top
I'm
or
like
bottom?
both. I'm like very
Sure.
paralyzed,
Cool.
and I feel like people always get grips on me on both sides, and I can't. I'm better at maintaining guard than escaping it. From bottom, staying on bottom than on top, but still, I'm not. I have no game plan. Like I get trapped up to grab something, and I'm like just fighting for my grips rather than actually like attacking or escaping guard.
Great. I am so lucky. I feel luck's wrong. I think it's great that we get to see each other twice this week. So let's do a session on both and get some best practices in there. So
Right.
we take a little bit of the paradox of choice out of like I can do a million things, so I'm going to kind of do a little bit of nothing and let other people move forward. Let's get best practices from top and bottom. Let's start from the top of guard because I think when we understand that, it's easier to understand what we need to break down from bottom and go from there.
Cool.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. You were down in closed guard. There are two positions I want to introduce, and this is very bell curve oriented. I want to either be in the bottom 5% of the long tail or the top 95% of the long tail. When I'm in the middle, when I'm playing these 40-70s, I'm playing into what you're looking for. I'm already kind of broken down.
the number of rotation you're using.
Okay. You will in a second, I promise. When I'm in the middle, my posture's already broken down. It's easier for you to make connections and make improvements.
Okay.
So whenever we get here, if I don't have perfect posture already, I'm going to go to a position I call low base.
Okay.
This takes away the paradox of choice because there's not a million things I'm doing. There's one thing I'm doing. I'm getting the butt of my palms in both armpits. So if you go close guard, I'm getting right here.
Okay.
My head is in the center. The bottom of my palms is in both armpits.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Just to here. My elbows are in. If we hang out here for a bit and you move around, you can hold onto my head, right? And that's okay. But I have ability to rotate your shoulders here
Okay.
and just start breaking things down.
Okay.
This is so much better because there's no specific attack you have from here. You've got to just build different styles to find a connection to make an attack. You can get a collar grip, and a collar grip is not an attack. I can control your hips, and I can control your shoulders.
Okay.
So here's the bottom 5% of the bell curve. You want to be way down here or way up here.
Okay.
Me just hanging out in here means you get to get a collar grip and a sleeve grip, and now you're playing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I don't want you to play jiu-jitsu. So if we're here, I'm coming inside this, and I'm getting all the way here. So now, I'm very okay with that. I get to just keep this palm in here, and we're fine. Even if you get that sleeve, you can hold on to it, and there it is. We have to get from here to here.
Okay.
We do that through stiff arms. So the very first thing I do is I grow into two stiff arms. I have inside position the entire time. If you get inside position, go ahead and rotate the right in. I'm going to get inside position back, not at the armpit, because now you take it back, and now I take it back. You take it back. I'm going to get inside position from the hip.
Okay. I start making you up.
Back to, and I go back to low base. We're not doing this. I'm coming here, low base. Stiff arms.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to connect to one stiff arm by rolling,
Yeah.
and my other hand is going to gain 3 inches.
Okay.
Rolling my shoulders until I have two stiff arms again.
Okay.
Now I gain 2 inches. Rolling the stiff arms, rolling my shoulders till I get two stiff arms.
Got it.
Now I shift.
Yeah.
This is how I get through that middle valley. Yeah. Stiff arms are nice because I can release them whenever I want. And once I'm here, it's a different setup. And we're going to talk a lot about what I need to do from here. But the first drill is getting to low position, connecting to a stiff arm, and growing.
Got it.
Two stiff arms, two stiff arms,
Yeah.
two stiff arms. Where I'd like to finish today is two hands on the belt in the rib cage. Cool. The one thing we need to talk about is if you're holding onto my head, which can happen. You can reach my head. If I go stiff arm and come this way, I'm very comfy head rolling as long as I continue to find the two stiff arms.
Okay.
1, 2. That's the drill. Cool. Cool. You're up.
Here?
Anything in the middle, I get to play jiu-jitsu. The bottom of the palm, right in that is where I'm looking for. This is tough for me to get inside position because you can pinch your elbow in better than me. And if I do get inside position, you're just going to win it down low and ride it all the way back up. If you push one and then the other, you can find that you can tip my shoulders this way, right? Kind of like steering a motorcycle. You have a lot of control here, exactly. So if I'm reaching for your head, what you can do is fire that left exactly. 3 inches, rolling.
Like grabbing gear or just chest?
I'm frictioning to here. What happens if I break one of these? There's 2 of them, right? If at any time I break it down, you're just right back to low base. Elbows in, back, perfect.
Oh, I think that's something wrong with that. I did see Keenan start a. I stopped watching online video, but I do remember seeing Keenan do a break where he puts the armpit.
Sure. Yeah, very, very similar.
But I keep trying to do that, and I think that my arms are out high.
Yeah. And like you have to be like within an inch of perfection to get connected into the softness of the armpit. Getting the palm connected to the softness of the armpit is important because even if I do connect it, you have enough grip there where I can't pull your hand up. That's super important. Let's do a couple more. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Over here. So we find one. Great. Trust it. I'll go over this one. So pick it up and put it in the bottom of my rib cage. There. That's what we're looking for.
Should I have active feet or not active feet?
Both are fine. I'm a shoelace person. When we are going to stand at the end of this to pass the guard. So when we know we're standing, when you know you're going to stand, you've got to lean forward and get your toes in the mat because you can't stand up off your shoelaces. But in general, for low base and high base, which is what we're going to call this next position, it's whatever is more comfortable for you, whatever allows you to get your hips lower. So if you're a shoelace person, this is great. If you're a toes in person, also great. Toes in people have a habit of lifting their hips a little bit higher.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll go back 1 sentence. Sorry.
Right now you have your shoelaces on the mat.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
As long as you can relax and get your hip low,
Down.
where it is now.
Yeah.
The early white belts will carry themselves high, and there's just no reason to have your hips high.
Yeah.
There is, but it's not in this moment. We're going to talk about that specifically. If you go toes in, also fine, but you need to be able to relax your hip and get the hip. If you can't relax your hip and you have to stay high, I'd rather you get your shoelaces down. It's a little bit easier to come down with it.
Got it. It could be lower in your face.
Yeah. Because we need the ability to rise to counteract some stuff. And like Godzilla pushes over skyscrapers. He doesn't push over pyramids. It's a very boring movie. Here is my strongest space. It's really high. Everything starts tipping you over.
Let's keep going. I have a question before you can talk while I'm doing it.
Yeah?
How do you define base?
That's a good question.
Let's keep going.
I think it's just both players are trying to manipulate where the center of balance is. Strong base means I have the ability to manipulate it where I want it and keep it inside the range of safety. For me, base falls apart when the center of balance gets outside the geometric frame. If I have the ability to manipulate my own center of balance, I consider myself having strong base. That's an off-the-cuff answer. And there's probably better ones, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. I have more control over my center of balance than you do.
There's a concept, the judo concept of off balancing is interesting. Which we use for sweeps sometimes. Very related to base.
Yeah.
Do you remember the word for it? Kujutsu?
Yeah.
I wish I'd done more judo experience.
Causing that many chaos. Yeah. Keep going. A couple more, please.
Yeah, this happens a lot.
Left hand a little bit in. Yeah. And just here. If you're leading with the palm, the base of the palm, I shouldn't be able to pop these. Yeah, they're anchored into me. Nice. Now we just start growing. I'd like your hips down. Yeah. Now we're just rotating stiff arm, rotating stiff arm, rotating stiff arm. So you've made it through the middle of the valley. High base.
Too harsh? No?
If it ever gets broken, we just come back to low base. Yeah, great head roll. The head roll of finding the double stiff arm is what pops up. The stiff arm is keeping my shoulder back here, right?
Yeah.
If I beat you inside, you beat me low. I'll come back in. Nice. Hips down. Nice. Cool.
Here?
Both good?
Okay.
Let's talk specifically about that. We're going to define what high base is and what we're looking for specifically, and I bet we're going to answer your question. Cool? Now, high base is all about setting the Roman column. You know the medical words, and I don't need to know them, but I know that you know them. But when my hip box rolls forward, the column has a curve to it, and it's just forever weak. So as soon as we get up here, the first thing I need to do is take that hip box and roll. We talk about getting our tailbone underneath or our belly button higher, but just tucking it underneath means my spine is now in the proper column.
Yeah.
So now pulling me forward is very, very difficult. This little difference from here to here is what really sets that base up top.
Yeah.
That makes sense? So now, instead of seeing it, talking about it, let's feel it. From here to here. From here, if you get a collar grip and pull me forward, I can resist, but the column's already broken. From here, when you pull me forward, the column's already set. So much stronger as compared to this. Belly button down, tailbone down. The next thing I'm going to do for both connection and information is my knees. We feel like base is better if our knees are wider, but I open this gap that I can be pulled into. It's harder for me to keep this Roman column set up if there's a space in front.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get underneath your butt, but I want to be able to pinch my outer side. So now, as I get pulled forward, I'm getting pulled in my knees. And this feels strong, right? Important. From here, I'm in the long tail of the bell curve, the top 95%.
Yeah.
All the way down here, including the system, we're all the way to here. Cool? We know that the right answer to lots of forces in jiu-jitsu is to find the perpendicular. Cool? When you push into me, it's so common for me to want to push back into you. As we lock it in, we know that this is the correct way. Any perpendicular is the correct way. If you get a collar grip and pull me forward, it's weird, but I don't have many other perpendicular options. Like sideways doesn't really help this because I'm still going forward.
Yeah.
The perpendicular option that I access is raising my hips. So as you pull me forward, my hips come up. It redirects the power this way to up. And I get to keep my center balance within my base. So we're here, I'm coming to here, I'm not leaning over, I'm getting to here, tucking in the column. My hip box is rotated up, my knees are in. If you give me a good pull, me forward, I just raise my hips. As soon as the thread is down, my hips come back down. It allows me to stay here. This is where we get to pass from. We can't pass from here. We're just playing defense. Here we get to play offense in the form of passing. It's important to get to here. I'm putting stress on your ankles because you're holding onto a more difficult piece.
Further back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Feeling that stress is the next step of this progression. I want to be able to adjust it and feel the stress in the ankles, and then we're going to find ways to put even more stress to operate. Cool. We're not trying to do it from here. We're not trying to do it from here. If we're here and roll underneath, all the way low base, I'm happy to have you on my head. We start to build and stiff arms. here, here, Roman column, knees in, and high. Alright, if I ever get at risk of going forward, I redirect up till the thread's gone and I drop back. Switch. I think this system really, really helps.
Yeah, it's very systematic and straightforward.
There are 2 home bases. It's like pickle as a kid. You can't be in the middle, right?
Yeah.
You have to be on one base or the other.
Yeah.
There's a low base and a high base. Everything in between helps me network.
Well, if you can make that work for me, that would be good too.
Say what?
If it learn to get that to work, that would be good too.
Yeah,
Is this too low or is this appropriate?
it's good. I want to be as inside as possible. This feels good. Right here feels good. This feels the most difficult for me to come inside and the most difficult for me to get a functional grip on the inside. Here we're finding a stiff arm and we're growing. 2 inches, boom, boom, boom. High base. Pick it up, find the rib cage. Roman column. Yes. What a huge difference. Can you feel the tension in my calves?
Yeah.
It's not you specifically. You don't want to put the column the other way, right? You're not leaning back and away. If I let go, you have total control.
Yeah. Not
Of
gonna
the
fall
column.
backwards.
But you're not letting your hip come forward.
Yeah.
You're just sitting vertically. Knees are in, which is counterintuitive. I did this wrong for a long time. When you think about like geometry, you think about like I want my base as wide as possible.
Yeah.
So it's harder to sweep.
Well, what are you trying to do? You're trying to avoid getting sweeps yet, but if you're trying to make space, then it's different.
And me preventing your knees from moving outward to prevent a sweep is very tough. If I start coming this way and tipping you that way, I'm never stopping that.
Yeah.
That's a strong motion for me. But number 1, with your knees in, you can feel every tension of where I'm about to go. This is where your anticipation goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to wait till here to feel emotion and
Yeah.
then try to react. You get to react from here because you feel the motion,
Yeah.
right? It's free information. It's harder for me to pull you forward, pinch here. It's harder for me to pull you forward than pulling you into your knees.
Yeah.
If I somehow get a great grip and put you up over the top of the bucket, you react by raising your hip and it redirects. I can no longer pull you forward, now you sit it back down and you're strong. This is where you get to pass from.
Yeah.
We want to live in a high base as much as possible. And it's clear, you're either in high base or you're diving the low base. There's no in between. As soon as I get a break and change an angle and pull you forward, you're just hand fighting to get to here. And now we're just building it back up. Very financial Charlie Mungerish of in order to win, we need to make sure we don't lose first.
Yeah.
Letting me play my game by hanging out in the middle is just you giving them the football and playing defense the whole time.
Yeah.
Knowing where safety is so important.
Say that for so long.
I like to just cross my big toes here. This is where I kind of sit.
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm ready to stand, I rock forward and dig them in. I just can't stay high. I have to sit back after. Tip it in, knees in. This is strong. Both are good. You just have to be in one or the other, right? How do you feel about this?
Good. Sorry, I'm distracted about my personal shit, but yeah, good. Nothing to do with you.
I respect that, but I'm glad we're doing this.
Me too. But it's a good distraction. This is a better distraction
Yeah.
than anything else. Think of phones.
And this, I hear you. And if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. This
I
is
talk to
next.
people about it. It's just nothing to talk about. I mean, I'm happy to tell you. It's fine. I just don't know if I had much.
Cool. Let's do Coast Guard
Yeah.
survival instead.
Yeah.
I like this because no matter how distracted you are, there should be no guessing with this. We know right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And in jiu-jitsu, that's all.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna build 2 guard breaks, uncrossing the ankles into the system, and we're not gonna cover many. We might not cover any passes.
I think if I could get people's legs open,
Yeah.
I would be like 100 times better passer. Right now,
Yeah.
if I can get their legs open, I can usually throw a leg over somewhere there, either a knee cut or like the leg over. I mean, even if the half guard, I feel like I'm okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But I might get reversed into guard,
Sure.
but that's still. What's the more dominant position, being in guard or having someone in the guard?
So we need to understand that they are neutral.
Okay.
For
I understand.
the game to work, they have to be considered neutral.
Yeah.
But being forced into the inverse is a show of control. So even though I'm on top and you're on bottom, we are neutral, we are tied.
Yeah.
If you force me to play bottom, if you force me to switch positions, you get points for that because that's a control of dominance. So when I'm on top, I need to make sure I stay on top. That's like a huge connection point we need to never forget. Oh, I can play this ankle and maybe I'll come down here and like this is great, but I've gone from top to bottom. And it's a combat sport, we're simulating pieces of combat. You don't want to give up.
So buying it's not good to go from guard to being in someone's guard to having them in guard. That happens a lot where I try and pass my up on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's better or worse.
When you're on top, you want to stay on top.
Don't sacrifice
Nope.
passing hard.
Nope. And some people will tell you it's okay. The only time you go top to bottom on purpose is if you're chasing a specific submission. But submissions fail, and then you're on bottom when you are on top. So even though they're neutral, because the bottom player is closer to winning, because you have submission options and I do not, you want to be on top. And when you're on top, most of that's the guy. So let's get all the way to high base. A couple more guys. Cool?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, awesome. Fun
Let me
range?
just spin this. You're fine. It's good. Still going.
Here, give you other painting supplies and the
All the consumption.
How did they paint? What happened to the paint job? I couldn't it up. Yeah, so we're just finishing the bathrooms and stuff. We just painted the doors, the belt door, and the elevator just got painted.
Which reminds me, I'll have to bounce here at some point. Same one I'm wearing.
Nice.
Hands out. Turns out it'll be nice.
A blank.
Had one stripe on it.
Nice.
That was like,
But it's a blank kimono belt.
yeah, just exactly one. Like,
Yeah,
like,
I think that's unique and specific, so I'll keep my eye out for it. It's awesome. Well, no matter where we come here. Yeah. Nice. And micro detail. If one hand gets there first,
Yeah.
one hand can pick it up and set it, and then the other hand can come in here too. You don't need two before you get the pick and rock.
Okay.
Both great. This is high base. I feel the connection. This sucks for me.
Yeah.
I want you to feel the tension in my calves.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
We are tension sharks. We're just looking to create this. This is how we know we're in the right spot. Because it's already stressing my ankle. So you're slowly destroying my health bar even by doing nothing. And that's awesome. Knees are in, good positioning. You can feel where I am and where I'm about to move. Stiff arms are good. Sitting up is not going to work here. Maybe my decision, maybe my best tactical decision is to break and try to run to the next battle line with the open guard. And that's great for us. Because I'm crossing the ankles is the single most difficult part of jiu-jitsu. So you
Is it?
Oh yeah.
okay.
You could create some weird fake scenario like escaping a fully locked in rear naked, like maybe. But in general, you forcing my ankles to uncross
Positionally.
yeah, is the hardest single thing.
I thought I always thought senior players don't really even bother crossing their ankles that much. But it's because it's just like you have to go from there to something.
I think there's more tactical offensive options from open guards, and the specialization is higher. If I get to my spot and I have more flight time than you in that spot, I have a huge advantage. But in general, uncrossing the ankles, and specifically at the lower belts, uncrossing the ankles is the hardest single thing. And you said it just 5 minutes ago. If you can get the ankles uncrossed,
Yeah.
you can find the path forward, and that's awesome. Cool. We're here. Set that column for me again. I want to give you the feedback. And when I'm rolling you forward, you just go high, and we reset. Now we're back down low because we've redirected the power. This right here is awesome. I'm now crossing my shoelaces, not my ankles.
Yeah.
We're going closer and closer and closer. Let's teach from the bottom, because the very next thing we're going to do is when we feel that tension and we have two good stiff arms here, we're just going to, in the same way that we grew the stiff arms, we're just going to move our knees back one at a time. So we're going to lean, just, yes, yes. Right here you feel how there's even more tension.
Yeah.
You're going to exhale through your tailbone and finish. When you get good at it, you can feel when you're like 95% broken,
Yeah.
and that exhale and that hip going away, which is something I can't prevent. I can't prevent that tailbone from shooting backwards, and that's what's going to.
I'm too far from you.
I feel pretty skinny here, and we can certainly switch positions, and you'll feel it. But I need to make a huge adjustment. I'm not just going to be able to kick you over. I don't have enough control.
Okay.
I can run to another position, and from here I can sweep you.
Yeah.
But in this moment, I have the bottom player has a very slight first mover advantage. You just know we're getting closer and closer and closer to breaking. I know the moment it's going to break.
Yeah.
So I'm good players. The moment it breaks, are going to be trying to shift somewhere else. I recommend your first movement here on bottom is to step up one knee to combat base. Yes, because now I'm never getting back to close guard.
Okay.
It's very emotionally draining and physically draining for you to put in so much effort to uncross my ankles,
Yeah.
and then to have me immediately cross them again.
Yeah.
This prevents it from happening.
Yeah.
As a reminder, the toes are out, your shin is facing out, and you try to take all the space away. So this foot slides forward, exactly, and have it just keep leaning in, exactly. This feels great. My delahiva hook is weak, and I can't get back here. If you point the toes towards my head, the delahiva hook becomes easier for me to access.
Got it.
It's just such a common tactic that we're used to pointing the toes out, and this is great. So this is the race of like, not the race, this is the actual full game of like, you're trying to pass,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a sweep. So you're not in close guard. That's the advantage. Cool. All the way back to low base. Let's go again. I'm going to give you some different, just wiggle tests, exactly. One more. That's it. And like, we don't have to do this is good. This is great. Yeah. This is good because you don't have to do the specific, like knee and the tailbone, playing the triangle game. The classic close guard break from bottom. I get to here, I put the kneecap in your tailbone and lean this way and then just keep shoving the knee into, it's just so much easier. There's no risk. There's less risk, which is an important concept. If I can do it to you once, just so you can feel the sweep risk. Bang. High base, I'm here. I have this where I want it, and I'm here. If I need more, we can always come front of the pants. If the belt is not here, we're looking for front of the pants. I like the belt. Now that we're here and I have the tension, I'm just looking for a little more tension. I can feel it in your calves. A little more. Now, can you sweep me from here?
No
You
way.
can probably get some sleek grips.
No, but I can't
You
get it up.
don't have an angle.
Yeah.
As soon as it opens, here. I want to stay low. I want my toes out, because your left-footed delahiva is never connecting in a strong way. As soon as I come up high, it's easy. Not only is it easy, but you have the exploitation angles to start dumping you over and causing chaos, right? So I just act like a rubber band and grow into the space. I don't let you in the pocket. I keep shut here, bang. And now we start passing. And just like you were saying, going a half guard is easy, coming in this direction is easy. Pointing the kneecap at the bow of the ship, starting the knee cut, the game begins. From a spot where you can pass. If you're just in the middle of that belt curve, does that analogy make sense? You're either all the way in
I want the belt work you're talking about.
Cool.
I said you're top or bottom.
Yeah. Just be
Don't
top
be in the
bottom.
middle.
Don't be in the middle. I get to attack and you don't get to pass.
Yeah.
It's very tough for you to uncross my ankles when you're in the middle. Down is safe, building to up, and that's where you get to fight. Cool. Let's do some more reps. Is that all right?
Yeah.